Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I'm your host, your DFS Jerusalem, coming to you live from the list. You got 150 entries, and then you're a shark, and I don't fuck with you. So there's too much good shit on here. This is the often imitated, never duplicated. I'm here with my lovely co-host. Thank y'all. Stay safe. Enjoy. I may have been calling in to work. You're gonna be in the running for the Snowflake of the Year. Get your shit together with your snowflake. I'm at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up. Stop. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. This is what's really gonna help you out. If you know how I feel about the home dogs, there's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night.
Get them in your lineups. Get them in there, and let's go get this money.
Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300.
Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I am your host, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today, we are going to be discussing Sunday's MLB action. We're going to do a little quick recap, kind of go through some of the do's and don'ts, or should I say did not, from yesterday. And we're going to be jumping into a little bit of a 7 o'clock slate kickoff for tomorrow. Or for today. Actually, it's going to be today by the time you see this video. We've got 9 games on deck, on tap. Sam, I like the drum. What's up, big homie? Good to see you, man. So we've got the YouTube fam here with us, but we do have the very awesome VIP family. VIP family, give yourself a round of applause. Thank you for being able to join us in today's episode of The First Class. You know what? Now I'm gonna keep it real with you, because I am pissed about today. Today was like the first day this week where I totally whiffed. Like, it was a horrible, early, all day. It was an early, all day, and late day. I mean, it was horrible for me. Horrible. I had been saying certain things and doing certain things up until this point, and one thing that I kind of hung my hat on was the fact that I could always depend in some way, shape, or form on a Boston stack, the old Boston Bats. From last year, when David Ortiz and all those guys, I mean, it was just an awesome hitting team, awesome offensive team. And it just so happened that today was the day that, after being in such a slump, this is the first time I did not stack Boston. This is the very first time I did not stack Boston this entire season. I promise you, I had somewhere in the cut, whether it was I was heavy on them or I just had 1 or 2. Like, this was the first time where I decided not to stack Boston this entire season, and it really, really hurt me. It really hurt me because at the next segment of the show, we're gonna talk about Kaheem Jones says they've got some stack ideas, some first look stack ideas. I know you do, because y'all are fucking on it. I saw you. I was over your shoulders in the VIP watching what y'all were talking about, and I like it. I really do. I need to learn to stay away from the Yankees, but all else did well. Liking the head-to-heads. Okay, yeah, cool, yeah. And, special shout out to a couple of cats, man. Will the Thrill McNeil went out and had an excellent, awesome night in the late. Shout out to him, as well as the homie QV. Now, QV is no stranger to winning. This is a dude that tore it the fuck up for the better part of the NBA season, and he had a really solid night tonight. Very happy about that. Very pleased whenever y'all get it in. Corey said tighten up. Corey said tighten up. Yeah, and it really bothered me, the fact that those Boston Bats went ham, and the one that really pissed me off the most. It wasn't Mookie Betts. It was not Benintendi. It was Hanley, man. I had wasted, the cumulative salary I've wasted on Hanley Ramirez so far this season has got to be in the 20,000 rank, the 30,000 rank, right? I mean, I played this guy consistently, and it never did shit for me. And as soon as Mookie Betts crushed that 3-run shot, he comes up behind him and knocks one in himself. And I was fucking pissed, bro. But the first time this year that I did not take a Boston stack, man, and they went the fuck off. And we were just saying last night, how man, it seems like Boston's lost their confidence. There's a lot of shit going on out there. Well, they must have been watching this show because they went out and they fucking went nuts. And that really pissed me off. The fact that I had just gotten off of them. QB, what's happening, big homie? Just talking about you, man. Hanley killed me, bro. I keep playing Freeman and keep getting zeros. Red Sox had our number. They did, man. They did. Let's take a look at this DraftKings. That's one thing that pissed me off. That's something that has been happening frequently, right? The second thing that we're gonna talk about is he gave me the finger, bro. He did. The second thing that I want to talk about that really pissed me off about today was the pitching, and we talked about this, man. We talked about this. I mean, you had guys that were 11K, Salazar. You had guys 10K, didn't do shit. Some of the best pitching that we're seeing right now is coming in that mid-level. Guys between 6.5 and 8.5. That's where some of the best pitching that we're seeing is coming from. And I think that's because it's so early in the season. And we went through this last year. And early in the season, man, pitching is really the hardest thing to nail down. And that's why I think a lot of you are kind of, a little discouraged about what's going on because you're paying up for pitching and you end up getting bats that you don't really like because you paid up for pitching. And it's going to balance out. It is. Because at some point during the season, man, quite soon, actually, they're going to get the pitching salaries right. The guys that are going out and playing really well right now, they're not going to do that for the entire season. And it just really sucks. So if you checking out the DraftKings perfect lineup is where we're going to see is where we're going to really see those pitching prospects that I'm talking about. If you look at the perfect lineup for tonight, this is a DraftKings perfect lineup. In the pitching spots, we got two of those on DraftKings. We had Ivan Nova as well as Mike Folnowitz. Now, those are two guys that we weren't completely against playing from last night's show. We were completely against playing them, but we fell so in love with the Salazar. We fell so in love with the Darvish that a lot of us, I had Salazar and Darvish in quite a few of my lineups. And it didn't kill me. It wasn't horrible. But what it did was it took away from me having that Boston stack. I had more of a reason to not have the Boston stack because I had those two guys. I had more of a reason to not have a Chicago or Cincinnati stack because I had paid up so much for pitching in both spots. And I think that's what we're doing early in the season that's kind of hurting us, is we're paying up for pitching in both spots. Jeremy Dad says he had Foley and Eddie R with Mookie and Lindor, so you had to have a good day. You had to. Next, we're talking about at the catcher position, we had Manny Pena at 2.9. We had Mitch Moreland. So check out this Boston stack now. We had Mitch Moreland. We had Colton Wong from the St. Louis Cardinals. We had Eugenio Suarez from Cincinnati. We had Lindor from Cleveland, who everybody was on. We had Scott Schibler. How many times have you heard me talk about Scott Schibler? And I play this dude so fucking much. And the one day when I was like, yo, I'm tired of playing you, Scott Schibler. I'm tired of playing you, fucking Mookie Betts. I'm tired of playing you. You're costing me $5K plus. You're killing me. I'm so tired of playing you, Hanley Ramirez. You're killing me. And these guys go out and they fucking crush. So you had Scott Schibler, you had Andrew Benintendi, and you had Mookie Betts. So altogether, the only team that you had, the most players from was the Bo Sox. And you had three guys there. You had Mitch Moreland, you had Mookie Betts, and you had Andrew Benintendi. Now these three guys combined for almost 60 DraftKings points. Awesome. I did that too. I played Schwarber over Betts. I did the same thing. I played Schwarber over Betts. Had a Boston stack today. Well, you had to do well because they lit it the fuck up. Like, that was old school last year Boston. You get 3 more chances for Boston stacks, Mo. I'm calling it. That's right. I had some Montgomery. I like the sneaky younger starting pitcher. Right. It's like, I'm on my Red Sox rant. Yeah, man, that shit pissed me off because I tell y'all every day, stack the Sox. And they've been fucking killing you. And you haven't been winning because I've been stack the Sox. So the one time I say, you probably might not want to stack the Sox. They're not playing very well. They go out and they fucking crush. Horrible. Well, what's up, Josh DeWeeder, homie? Good to see you, man. Now, so what ended up happening was in the early, the 8-game slate, I get back half my buy-in. So I'm like, okay, cool. You got to take a loss somewhere. You can't expect to win every night. So I'm making my main lineups, or the late lineups in the 7 games, the 7-game lineups. I'm making those, and I kind of like where those are going. I like those, the afternoon joints, right? I really like them. So that sucked because I went with the Oakland stack. I tried to stack Oakland. Now in the early, I was on Tampa. I was on Tampa all day. I liked Tampa. I loved the spot that Tampa was in, and they start off the first inning, crush, four runs scored. I had a couple of home runs. We saw one from, I think it was Miller. Had a home run. Then we saw, Souza Jr. knock one in. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm cruising. I'm going to the money. And then they just stopped. They just stopped scoring. They just stopped hitting the ball. Like, out of nowhere, Musgrove, like, channeled his inner fucking big unit, Randy Johnson, and just shut him the fuck down. And that hurt as well. So, lucky you. Got a wife, or I'm sending 2 big bunnies from Florida to get you right. Corey Dickerson. Yeah, Corey Dickerson. You're on Corey Dickerson. So we go out, and in the afternoon, I'm like, yo, I'm going to make some lineups in the afternoon. I kind of like these spots I'm in. I'm going to take advantage. We got to get some Scherzer in there, blah, 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 13 point whatever. You're paying for Scherzer. And you fuck around, and the perfect lineup is Hugh Darvish, Marcus Stroman, who we did talk about some yesterday, Robinson Chirinos, who somebody in the shop was telling us to play him all day long. Ryan Zimmerman had a really nice one. Devon Travis, Joey Gallo, somebody else who we were on. Taylor Motter, who banged a grand slam. Gerardo Power, who had a good one. Nelson Cruz, and Michael Conforto. So together, this lineup scored like 242 points. That was the perfect lineups. So we look to really, really start the week off right. Now, we started the week off right last week. I had a good one all the way up until today. It fucking sucked. The Indian stack that I had was not very good. I was rocking with the Indian stack. It wasn't very good. So we're going to do a jump into it right now. We're going to break down some pitching and some light plays for today's 9-game slate. That the first pitch goes out at 7. All right, so what I got in front of me, I've got some Fangraphs. If you're not familiar with them, I suggest you go ahead and hop on Fangraphs. I've got RotoQL, MLB.com, Swish Analytics, DraftKings, FanDuel, LineStar, and of course the perfect lineup joint that we were talking about. All of that opened up for our analytics and taking a look. I was 100% Cesar Hernandez. That dude is on fire. Yes, that is true. Shout out to Dylan Zink. Now, those of you that are here with us on YouTube, man, if you are a VIP member, we're gonna close the curtain in just a little while, go into the VIP and really break down everything. But we're gonna flow through the games for everybody out there on YouTube so that we can get a chance to take a look at everything as it works out. So we've got, like I said, the 9-game slate, and probably the biggest concern or the biggest issue that we're gonna have with this slate is Bryce Harper in Colorado. We've got the Washington Nationals in Colorado. Now, I haven't really had a chance to really, comb through it with a fine-tooth comb yet, but I can almost guarantee we're going to see these guys priced up. They're going to get that Colorado boost in pricing that we're going to see from both of those guys, right? Both of those sides, all right? So you're going to have to, decide now if you really want to fuck with Coors or not. If you want to fuck with Coors, you're going to have to decide, right? Corey Green, what are you talking about? Come to Florida, I got you. you have to decide if you want to fuck with Coors or not. All right, that's one thing we're going to have to do. So, once we get to that game, we're going to talk about that a little bit more in depth. But let's go ahead and get started. The first pitch goes out today, at Camden Yards. This is, you know what's pissing me off? Is I know what Mookie Betts does at Camden Yards. Mookie Betts owns fucking Camden Yards, and I can't believe I did not play him. God damn it. All right, so we got the Tampa Bay Rays at the Baltimore Orioles in Camden Yards. It is a 79% humidity, 12-mile-per-hour wind coming back toward the batter box. 69% chance of moderate rain. Be on the lookout. Be careful. This game could delay or rain out. I love Chris Archer. That's my dude. I love Chris Archer. And the reason why I love Chris Archer specifically against the Baltimore Orioles is they are a team, like I told you, man, they're just a bunch of big ogres, man. They're ogres with bats who just love to swing for the fences. And if you get those guys overzealous, really biting on pitches with good movement, like we've seen Chris Archer do, then he can definitely, if he's going to give up a couple of runs, it's not going to hurt you as much. It's not going to hurt you as much if he does give up a couple of runs. Right? It's not going to hurt you as much. But he can definitely rack up some strikeouts. So he's a guy that I kind of do like. I do like Chris Archer. Good hair, good guy, really solid cat. YouTube works just better for my phone. It's been messing up connection trying to chat on Facebook, but I'll go over when you do. Okay, cool. Shout out to Dylan Zink. All right, so I do like Chris Archer tomorrow. Christopher Marie says Archer's going to get lit up. Archer's going to get lit up. That's coming from him. Now, he's going to be facing a ton of right-handed bats, which the balance of power goes to him. But I ran a labs trend, and Archer has not done well versus them. Well, if you run a labs trend and you've seen Archer is like, this is a coming out season for him. Like, his stuff is fucking working. Archer has not been this good. Last year wasn't this good last year. Like, he's a completely different pitcher. He's a really, I'm telling you, this dude, in my opinion, is like the next young ace. He is the next young ace, and I'm not going to target him. I'm not. I mean, the dude, the K potential is there, especially against a team like the Baltimore Orioles. You know, you got to recognize when a player is maturing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes a lot of sense to me. So, Chris Archer is a guy that I am on. I like Chris Archer tomorrow. Remember, I said that. I like him. So I have to come back here and eat some crow tomorrow for that. Okay, cool. But I do like him. I like Chris Archer. So, taking a look at Ubaldo Jimenez and the best spots to attack. All right, you take a look at Jimenez against these Tampa. I think this is a stackable game. I mean, if you're not with me, and you really don't like Archer as much, and you think you can target some Baltimore guys as bats, I think you can definitely do the same thing on the other side when it comes to Tampa, especially having those left-handed bats there. You know, Kevin Kiermaier, Corey Dickerson if he's going to be in the rotation as well. Brad Miller, I kind of like those guys as well. I'm not afraid of Jimenez at all. I'm really not. So, next game we're talking about is going to be Brett Anderson for the Chicago Cubs and Chad Kuhl. No, I'm not playing a pitcher right now against the Chicago Cubs. I'm just not. Especially coming off of that loss to Cincinnati, they're going to want to come out firing and swinging. I'm not going to be rostering Chad Kuhl against them, and I definitely don't want to take Brett Anderson against Pittsburgh Pirates. I just took a look at the matchup. 100% Amir Garrett tomorrow. That's coming from QB Ho. See, y'all getting that in-depth shit right there, right? So I'm not a fan of Brett Anderson or Chad Kuhl. Next, we've got the Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. Amir Garrett. Yes, I like Amir Garrett. Fantasy Phenom is in the house. Say what's up to the Fantasy Phenom, y'all. If you don't know, I'll be going over there tomorrow, man. I'm gonna meet with the family only in the VIP at about 5 o'clock, where we're gonna be jumping into the 7-game slate. Then I'm headed over to the Fantasy Phenom to help those guys and take you all the lock. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. But Amir Garrett, man, for the Reds, man, I kind of like the spot that he's in at. 6.7K, very solid price. Milwaukee bats have cooled down somewhat, so I don't think that it's going to be very hard to target those guys tomorrow. So we can have a look at that. Then you got Matt Garza at 5.6, who that kind of makes me like the left-handed bats. Did you see Billy Hamilton today? Did you see Billy Hamilton? That dude is fast as fuck, bro. Billy stole, I think he stole second and third. Like, he stole second and third. He's like, I'm getting on, I'm going to steal two. And he was eyeing home. Like, the dude is fast as fuck. Billy Hamilton is an elite base stealer, bro. That dude is fucking fast, man. So, that, and I say that to say, I like him as a left-handed bat. He's at 4.6. Really good spot for him. He's priced up just a touch, though. But against Matt Garza, I don't think that's a chance at all. I don't think it's a chance at all. So we're good with that. Joey Votto has been swinging out of his mind lately. We can take a look at him. So there's a few guys from the Cincinnati side that I do like. But as far as pitching goes, give me some Amir Garrett against the Milwaukee Brewers, and I will not have any Garza. Christopher Marie says he likes a Brewers stack. He's going contrarian. Okay, I can dig it. Next game we're talking about is the Minnesota Twins and the Texas Rangers. We've got Martin Perez on the bump for the Texas Rangers and Phil Hughes for the Minnesota Twins. Not a lot to love about the pitching in this game. I think we've been seeing some of the Minnesota bats kind of come together. We've got a 9.5 point total. That kind of takes me off of pitching in this game. The red stack, I'll always go to it. It won't be my first GPP. Yo, I'm kind of partial like that. That's why I'm like such a Braves and a Boston guy. Because like last year when I won really well, and it was because I stacked the Braves and the Sox and won something. QB Ho says he's gonna be 100% Vato. I don't know if I'll be 100% anybody at first base, because that is the position you have to get right on some level. You've got to get right on some level when it comes to first base. Remember I said that, bro. Word. That's what's up. So not touching Martin Perez or Phil Hughes. Next game we're talking about is the Kansas City Royals at U.S. Cellular Field. It is a 47% humidity, 9 mile per hour wind going out toward right field, 0% chance of rain. This game should play without internet. You've got Jason Vargas, 8K, left-handed guy, against Miguel Gonzalez, 7.5 for him for the Chicago White Sox. And you know what? Neither of these teams have been lighting it up when it comes to putting the bat on the ball, okay? But I really think that Vargas is going to be the pitcher that everybody target. I think Vargas is going to be the guy that everybody targets tomorrow, and you can definitely take a look at 8K now. Do the White Sox hit well against lefties? Do the White Sox hit well against anybody? No. And I think because we've got sort of a low point total, it's about 7 is the point total we're getting from Vegas right now. I think both of these pitchers can be in play. You look at Miguel Gonzalez at 7.5. That's a really nice mid-level guy you can take advantage of. But Jason Vargas is going to be the overwhelming favorite because he's not very expensive, but he does have that tremendous K upside that can definitely cover up for a couple of runs if they do get scored. So I can say that we all do think that Jason Vargas is going to be a really solid play tomorrow, and we can go there. So next thing we're talking about is the Washington Nationals and the Colorado Rockies. This is the game that everybody's going to have some thoughts on. Everybody's going to have something to say about it, right? And look at who you got on the mound, man. You got Joe Ross at 5.9, and you've got Tyler Anderson at 5.4. Now I'm going to tell you this. There are going to be a few times a year where fading cores is going to be in your best interest. And we've got to decide if that's going to be a game like tomorrow, or if we should just go all into cores full bore, right? Now, the pitching in this game is not something I like on the outset, but man, if you take a look at some of those, it's an 11-point total. So Vegas has this game, pretty high pegged. And look at the prices on some of these cats. I mean, Adam Eaton 5.5, Trey Turner 5.5, Bryce Harper, the first player this season to eclipse the 6,000 mark on DraftKings, $6,000. Okay, Ryan Zimmerman 4.9, Daniel Murphy 5.6, Rendon 5.2. I mean, there's nobody in the 3K range on the entire Washington Nationals side. So, I mean, it is gonna be tough to stack this shit. It's gonna be tough to stack this shit. For me, I would be more inclined to rock with the team that's most familiar with playing in Coors Field. And I'm not saying a complete all-out fade on every Washington bat, but if you're stacking, you're gonna have one side stacked more than the other. You're gonna stack more Washington. You're gonna stack more Colorado. Me, I would take the home team in this spot, and I would stack more towards the Colorado side. Even though the Washington Nationals are the hotter offensive team right now, I think they're going to draw most of the ownership, right? And the bats that I like are going to come from the Colorado side. They really are. I mean, a lot of people are going to pay up that 6.1 for Bryce Harper. I can guarantee you that. I guarantee they're going to pay for Bryce Harper. So that's something that we do have to grab a good hold to, is where we're going to go. We've even got some decent some solid pricing for the Colorado guys. Blackman at 5.5, LeMahieu 4.8, Nolan Arenado 5.6. That's Cargo 5.3, Mark Reynolds 4.6. I mean, it's tough. Tony Walter's sitting there 3.3. He's probably gonna be the most owned Rocky. Tony Walter's sitting there. Harper is in such a good spot. Worst pitching for Washington. Or who's pitching for Washington? I think it looks like Joe Ross is gonna be pitching for Washington. Looks like we're gonna have Joe Ross. And of course, 30% chance, 30% humidity, 0% chance of rain, 66 degrees, 2 mile per hour wind going out toward right field. This is probably going to be the most sought after game on the slate, and for good reason. So, next game we're talking about is the San Diego Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, this is a game that I think we can really sink our teeth into. I love Zach Greinke in the spot at 9.4. I'm gonna really take more shots at pitchers that when they're at home. Pitchers do play well at home, especially the Arizona Diamondbacks. Zach Greinke, I like him in the spot at 9.4. You've got Julius Chasen at 5.7. Not really on him at all. I think it's gonna be tough for the Padres to put up runs in this game. We've got 15 mile per hour wind. That's the only thing that concerns me. 14% humidity, 89 degrees. It is hot in Arizona, and a 0% chance of rain. A good play is a good play. Rocky stack is a sneaky play and could be huge. Right. Arizona. Courtney Smith saying Arizona stack. And of course, Courtney Smith's gonna say that because they just won him some fucking money the other night. So he's partial to the stack. So we got Lamb, Renfro, Schiff are the only players that you like in the spot. I can dig it. So we do like a few of the Arizona guys. Like I said, I do like Zach Greinke. I'm gonna be on him. No Julius Chastain for me. So we can go ahead and take a look at that game there. And next we have the Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. This game is in Angel Stadium. 8-mile-per-hour wind going out toward right field. 50% humidity, 69 degrees, 0% chance of rain. The dew point at 52. 8-point total is there. We've got Francisco Liriano at 9.7, the left-hander, going against Ricky Nolasco at 8.3. And, I think you can play Nolasco against Toronto Blue Jays. I really do. They're just some guys that have not been playing particularly well as a team. We're looking at some of their bigger bats, really, like Batista. We all wanted Batista to really get out to a very solid season, and he really just hasn't. Batting under 200. You've got Kevin Pillar, who's come on a little bit lately. Justin Smoke hit a jack the last time out. But I don't have an issue with playing Ricky Nolasco in this spot. I kind of like him. Then you look at Francisco Liriano, left-hand guy, so that means I automatically want to take some of these right-handed bats. I kind of love Mike Trout tomorrow as a pivot from all the things that are going on in Coors. It's funny when Mike Trout is a pivot from a play. That's funny as fuck when you have Mike Trout as a pivot. One of the best players in the league. I think I'm gonna rock with him in some spots. Liriano can be solid or he can get blown up. Yes, that's the issue with Liriano. Liriano is very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. Trout versus a lefty is an auto play. Yeah, I'm on Trout. I like Trout more. Because you're 6.1 Bryce Harper. I can get Mike Trout, who's outfield eligible. I'm on Mike Trout tomorrow. I like him. I'm not that sneaky on Liriano, like consistency. Okay, so I like him. I'll be fucking with Mike Trout tomorrow. All right, last game on the slate is going to be the this is for Dylan Zink, the LA Dodgers going to AT&T Park, taking on the San Francisco Giants. We've got 13-mile-per-hour wind going out toward right field, 83% humidity, 53 is the dew point, and 58 is the temperature. We've got Hyunjin Ryu at 10.2, going against Matt Cain at 6.1. You know what? Give me some Dodgers. I am stacking some Dodgers tomorrow. I love the Dodgers, baby. We gonna talk about that. Hey, yo, wait a minute. We gonna talk about that because we gonna get into some real stacks. We gonna talk about it. I'm getting Trout and Harper in cash. Yeah, I like some right-handed bats from the Dodgers, man. I really do. 8-point total. Yeah, I like it. I am on the Dodgers. You said stack the game against Ryu. Yeah, because you can look on the other side and grab some of those right-handed bats against Ryu. So a lot of stuff to like. I think it's gonna be a really great stake tomorrow. If you want to get some more in-depth analysis, which we are about to do, I'm about to close the curtain. We're going to go behind the curtain, jump into the VIP, break a lot of the stuff down, man. Go game by game, really get into some analytics and toss some ideas around. So we're going to have, a few stacks that we like. The way we building our rosters, man, is we're coming up with 3 pitchers. We're coming up with 3 stacks that we really do like, and we're building our rosters according to those. Kind of like a little 3-and-3 joint. And the one-offs are going to come from whatever stack that we couldn't fit into the lineup that we like the most. So that's how we're going to be building those rosters, man. Hey, thank y'all so much for joining me here in tonight's episode of The First Class. Be sure to see me tomorrow night. I will be back with you again. I'm going into the VIP to chop it up with the fellas. If you want private access to everything, what you can do is go to the website at thedailyfantasysweatshop.com. That's where you can get exclusive access to the Facebook VIP. I will welcome you in with open arms. We will chop it up, get it going. Thank you all so much. Remember, the number one thing that I want you to do when you're in the sweatshop is keep it 300. Let's get to it, y'all.